Hello, everyone. So, in this course, as you hopefully know, we will be focusing on learning Java and computer science by seeing how the concepts of computer science can be related to your favorite video games to hopefully make it a little bit more relevant and fun and engaging for you. So, in this specific lecture, we're going to be talking about a few things. First of all, what is computer programming? What is Java? And then why learn Java in the first place? So let's go ahead and get started. So what is computer programming? Computer programming is the practice or art or science, depending on who you ask, of writing instructions which make your computer do something. So instructions make up a computer program which runs when you click on it or launch it. So think of the apps on your phone, or some of the programs or games on your computer, or even electronic functions found in everyday objects such as cars, airplanes, smart home devices, or even traffic lights. Somebody wrote computer programs to control all of those things. So at the lowest levels, computers only understand a language called binary, which is basically made up of ones and zeros. The electronic circuits in a computer are either on or off. They're either letting through electricity or they're not letting through electricity. And that sort of on or off binary state is equivalent to the ones and zeros in the binary language. Now, unfortunately, as humans, we aren't so good in speaking or understanding that binary language. So we've built human-readable programming languages such as Java to allow us to communicate with the computer. So it's basically almost like having an interpreter between our human languages and the binary code that the computer understands. Okay. So now that we've talked about what computer programming is, and we've established that Java is a programming language, why is Java useful? Why are we covering it in this course? Why not work with any of the other languages out there like C++, C#, Python, or Ruby, some of which you may have heard of? So first of all, let me clarify, let's get it clear. Most of the games that you've played probably, and that we'll discuss, likely do not use Java as their programming language. But it's still a good language to know. And just because most of the games aren't using Java doesn't mean that there aren't some that do. For example, you might have heard of a little popular game called Minecraft. What you might not have known was that the first versions of Minecraft used Java. Some of you probably have Android smartphones. If you've played any games on Android or used any apps, a lot of them are based on the Java programming language. And for some of you who used to play online RPGs, RuneScape was a popular game that was written partially in Java. So we can see that Java does have some application in game development. But aren't there other reasons? Well, yes, outside of games, Java is a very marketable skill, particularly if you're working with a lot of government clients. So if you learn Java here, then you'll be able to get a good programming job down the road, hopefully. Also, lots of schools use Java to teach introductory programming. So if you're taking AP Computer Science in high school, that course currently does use Java programming language. Also, many of the college students that I've worked with who are taking introductory programming classes use Java as their primary language as well. Also, the skills that you learn here while we're teaching you Java are transferable to lots of other programming languages such as C# and C++. Even languages like Ruby and Python have many of the same concepts that we'll cover with Java. So hopefully I've convinced you that it's worth your time to learn Java and follow this course. If so, great. Let's move on to the next lecture.